What's up, guys? Today we're playing some Colorless Eldrazi in Modern. This archetype actually took first place at the regional championships in Sydney this past weekend. So let's go over the deck and talk about what the core strategy actually is. So starting with the lands, it's going to look a little weird. We're actually running a set of Darksteel Citadel. So the reason we have these lands is because we're running Mox Opal. So Darksteel Citadel taps for colorless, which is really nice. And since it's an artifact, it helps turn on Mox Opal more easily. Other than that, the land base is pretty straightforward with your Temples, your Ugin's Labs, and your Urza Sagas. Urza Saga gets a lot better in this deck because it can actually get baubles, opals, a Shadow Spear, Soul Guide Lantern, and anything else from your sideboard that you bring in. So like I said, this is a colorless Eldrazi deck, so we're really focused on all those colorless spells. The reason behind that is because we have a set of Glaring Fleshraker. Without this card, this deck does not really operate that well. As you guys know, Fleshraker is a house. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, you get an Eldrazi spawn, and whenever another colorless creature enters, you get to ping your opponent. So the main strategy behind this deck is getting Glaring Fleshraker out, casting all your 0-drops, and pinging your opponent to death. To help with that, like I said, we have our Baubles, our Mox Opals, we have Mind Stone, just a lot of early interaction. Sometimes you don't really want to be casting these as soon as possible. You want to wait until you have a Fleshraker out, then you can start triggering Fleshraker and get that cycle going. And you guys will see in the video, the coolest way to do this is have Fleshraker out, cast a huge Kozilek's command, make a bunch of spawn, trigger Fleshraker, use those spawn to cast another K command, and just one-shot your opponent. We're also a Karn the Great Creator deck, so we have our Karn board. And then we have our Devourers, our Null Drifters, All Is Dust, and 2 Emrakul the Promised End for your top end. You always need those 7 drops for your Ugin's Lab, and we have 9, which is fine. For our sideboard, we have 2 Dismember for removal, 3 Thought-Knot Seer if we need that hand disruption, and the rest of the sideboard is for Karn. So that is your colorless Eldrazi deck. I want to remind you guys that we are part of the MTG Creator program, so I have lots of play points to give away to our subs. And if you want to become a YouTube channel member, you get access to cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. So if you want to win some play points and you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get in the gameplay. All right, welcome to match 1 on the draw. And we have Temple, we have a turn 2 Fleshraker, or if we want Chalice, we have 2 Fleshrakers. Definitely going to keep this hand. The only odd card out is Null Drifter. Raucous Theater. So this could be a slew of things. Could be black-red midrange, could be Jund. They keep it on top. We draw another Temple, which is pretty sweet. I'll play that out and pass. I would have loved to have been on the play with this hand, but it's okay. They play Foothills and crack it. Oh, it is Jund. Is this going to be Wrenn and 6 or... Okay. So they play Wrenn, tick up. We draw Mystic Forge, play Temple. So we could play a Fleshraker, or we could put Chalice on 1. They didn't have any turn 1 plays, but they could have push. Let's just put Chalice on 1, and then... Or we'll play Fleshraker into Mind Stone. So this prevents any future Fatal Pushes or Thought Seizes. They play Fable. Okay. So now they can kind of loot away any 1-drop, which is annoying. There's a Saga. So let's get that going. Maybe we can get a Shadow Spear. Oh, you know what? We can't go Mind Stone into Fleshraker, huh? I think we will play out the Fleshraker, though. Let's send it back. Next turn, we can play out Fleshraker and Mind Stone. So let's see if they have 1-drops they want to loot away. Yeah. Faithless Looting and Thoughtseize. So this really saved them. They attack, we're not going to block. They should have like a lot of action. They have 6 cards in hand. Oh, yeah, it is just John's creativity. And we just lose, like straight up. Not even close. Sideboard. Yeah, damn. This is a pretty tough matchup, I'd say. So we have, for the sideboard, Thought Knots and Dismembers. Just got blown up there. Chalice is good against Thoughtseize and Faithless Looting like we saw. I think Karn's just going to be too slow against them. We want interactions. We bring 4/4 here and here. Can bring in the Stone Brain. Don't need Shadow Spear. It's tough because Karn can get things like Cage, Crypt. We'll just try this. Yeah, this is definitely not a good matchup. All right, on the play. I mean, we'll keep it. I'm not sure. We can kind of pop off next turn. We can play Fleshraker into Opal. We'll see if they have like the turn 1. No turn 1 play. There's a Saga. We'll play that. I do still want to get Chalice down on 1. I know we're not doing that before. We're doing that before we play Fleshraker, but still think it's important. Again, they didn't have Fatal Push or Faithless Looting, I guess. I don't know. Let's see if they have the Wrenn and 6 again. They do. Draw Darksteel Citadel. Can play that out. Can play out Fleshraker. Play out Opal. We can tap like this. Play another Fleshraker out and pass. And then next turn we can hopefully do a lot of damage. We have Mind Stone. We have whatever we want to find with Urza Saga. They have 7 cards in hand, so they could probably just go Fable, pass. I'm not sure what. All right, they're doing the same exact thing they did last time. But again, this is a very like linear combo deck, so they just do the same thing every time, and we need like some interaction, so Dismember or something. But they can just attack. K Command's pretty good. I'll float the mana. We can get Lantern. I think I'm going to get Lantern just to play it safe, because they could discard with Fable and then persist it back. So let's play out Mind Stone. trigger the Fleshrakers. Play this out. We can actually just win here. Go 1, 2. This is a nice turn 4. So exile target creature and we'll make a bunch of spawn. Right? That's what we chose. Let me just double check. Exile, make spawn, yeah. X equals 6, which is going to trigger this a bunch of times. That's going to kill this. All these are going to come in. Yeah, and just ping them for 1,000,000. Nice. Nice turn 4. But see, that's the difference between play versus draw. They would have probably just won the next turn. So now we have to do that again on the draw. I think we just run it back. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think we have Karns in this matchup, right? Like, I feel like Karn's too slow. I mean, we can get him down on turn 3, turn 4, but then, like, what are we getting? All right, this is a one-lander with Devour. Lots of 0 drops. I think if we had Fleshraker in hand, I would keep this, but because we don't, I'm going to mulligan, even with Devour. All right, this hand's a lot better. Wow, we have just all the interaction. Man, I just want to keep this on 7. Keep probably putting back all is dust, because we have double temple. We have this right here. I want the interaction. I want this graveyard hate. So it's like, do we need double dismember, or would we rather have like this? I think I'm going to put back the all is dust. We could always draw another 7+ drop. I think that's fine. Opponent's also mulliganing very low, so maybe we can get lucky that way. All right, so they do keep, starting with Surveil lands. We'd love to draw our Thought Knots too. They put a land in the yard. There's a Saga. We'll just use our mana. We'll get their fetch land just in case that's like their only fetch land for Ren. And if maybe they were thinking they were going to try to Archon. So yeah, they play the tap land. I bet you they have Ren and they were looking to get that back. Kozilek's command's pretty good. Play another Temple. And maybe Kozilek's end of turn. Or if they go Fable, will Kozilek's kill? They just go tap land. I think we're going to Kozilek's now. Use up all our mana. I mean, Fleshraker's not even that good right now, right? It's kind of annoying. We don't have any, like, nothing for it. I mean, maybe we'll draw some stuff. Devour. So we have 4, 5, 6. So let's get Saga going. Play Fleshraker. And then we'll pass. We'll hold up Dismember just in case they, like, they're going to be desperate about something. All right, they don't do anything. We draw a Bauble. Pretty good. Cast Bauble, trigger Fleshraker. Then it says GG. I don't know if it's GG, though. So let's play Labyrinth. I'm going to put Devour underneath it now. We can always get rid of it if we don't need to, but I want to just kind of hold up everything. Can make some constructs. They're going to be pretty large. They just Surveil. Meltdown. Yeah, I forgot this deck plays Meltdown. We play Meltdown in our deck, too. Ren in 6. They get a land. We'll let that happen. We could Soul Guide Lantern that, and then they can't make a dwarf. We can always just dismember the dwarf. Hey, Tom. How you doing today? Yeah, they get back the Foothills. We're going to make a construct end of turn. Just, I guess, go nuts with Fleshraker if we can. They play Foothills. Correct this. If we bring this back now, 1, 2, 3. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess we'll bring this back. Make another construct. Trigger Fleshraker. Get an Opal. 4. Swinging for 7. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we'll just cast this now because we can just hold up this for Dismember. They go to 12. We're swinging for 7 right now. Could be swinging for 8. I'm just going to play this on 0 just to increase the construct. We're not going to be able to cast any more 0s, but it doesn't really matter. So we'll attack. Let's see if they make a dwarf. I would have said GG a while ago, but they haven't surrendered. All right, they do make a dwarf. We're going to kill that. Get in for 8, put them to 2, and just pass. So we have the graveyard covered. We have Dismember for 1 more. Okay, and this group. Yeah, see? The persists. It's really good to get that early Soul God Lantern. All right, welcome to match 2 on the play. Oh, this is a solid hand. We have Ugin's Lab and Temple with Devour and some 0 drops. So let's keep this. We're going to be looking for a Fleshraker with Devour. That's the only thing this hand's missing. All right, reveal Devour, and we find K command. I can't be mad at that. So let's do that and pass. Cannot be mad at like a turn 2 X equals 2. They play Rafine's Tower. So this is like some type of Esper, Domain, something. Play Temple and just pass. We could X equals 2 now while they're tapped out, but I kind of want to see what they're on. I'm just going to do this now. Hopefully we don't get burned. Okay, we did not. Bottom. I think I'm always going to keep a K command, even though it's not Fleshraker. An island. Not really what we want. We're holding these until we can hopefully find a Fleshraker, or if we want to pump our Saga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, 5. I guess we're just going to cast Null Drifter. I feel like I can't resist this. Draw 2 cards. And it is a Fleshraker. So next turn we get to do some cool stuff. Turn 3 Fleshraker is pretty sweet. Oh no. It's what's it called? We're just going to get 1 shot. Cascade into, yeah, Calibrated Blast. Into Scion. Okay. They deal us 12. Oof. Okay. So at least we get to make them sack a land, but we have to get really lucky and hope they don't draw into anything else. Do not want to lose to Calibrated Blast. All right, we draw Karn. We can at least get Soul Guide Lantern with this. Karn, because they run Calibrated Blast and they run 2 of the other things, so we can't really Stone Brain anything out. Let's attack first. They sack the Desert. I guess we're just gonna have to get really lucky and hope they don't hit with their next spin. Play Fleshraker. Play Mind Stone. Play Opal. Cast Bauble. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot going on. We win next turn. So as long as we can dodge just a Calibrated Blast, if they maybe don't hit well, it is instant speed. So let's see. Gonna scry draw. Maybe they don't have it. They might just like try to do it now. We draw another Fleshraker. 4, 5, 6. What can Karn get? Ballista. So we're gonna attack for 6, put them to 6. Karn's gonna trigger a bunch. Oh, all these are gonna trigger them a bunch. I guess we'll just take the Fleshraker. So again, if we can dodge Calibrated Blast / they don't hit anything good, then we just win. Draw Emrakul. Let's float. Get Shadow Spear. I mean, Soul Guide Lantern. Cast Fleshraker. We'll attack for 6. Let's see if they've been sandbagging it the whole time. They haven't been. Wow, we win. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They had throws. They had like everything. Throws of Chaos. So they most likely had the win next turn. All right, so this is a combo deck. So we want the Thought-Knot Seers. Chalice on 0 is good against Cascade. Let me look up. I feel like I have to look up this deck. Throws of Chaos. You guys can look it up with me. So Chalice stops throws, but not Calibrated Blast. And they're going to be bringing in... I guess they don't really have anything. They just have to like be faster. They have 3 Boseiju in the main. Shadow Spear. Probably not that good. We want these 4. Or these 3. Allah's Dust isn't very good. Probably like a Karn out. Like Needle hits... I'll bring in Needle. Needle hits Boseiju. I feel like Karn just... If we take out all the Karns, bring in 1 Stone Brain, 1 Needle. So I'm thinking either Cage for Flashback Calibrated Blast. But I feel like when it gets to that, we're most likely dead. But it's hard to say. Let's just try that. They had a really good hand, though. Just blast into throws. All right, we're definitely keeping this. We have Ugin's Lab with this. We can go turn 1, Ugin's Labyrinth, Mind Stone. Hoping to dodge Boseiju, I guess. Nico, thank you for the follow. Welcome. We draw Urza's Saga. Does that change anything? Jin is back. It's time to attack. I really don't want to put this on 0 because that stops all of our 0 drops, even though we don't have any in hand right now. And we don't have to do that this turn. I'm just trying to think if I want to play around Boseiju by putting Emrakul under here. I guess we can just wait. The only other thing was to do that and play Mind Stone to kind of get the ramp on. But we can just play, we can kind of take our time. That's what it looks like what they're doing also. Pithing Needle. So let's do this. We can actually do both. Pithing Needle's a fantastic draw, actually. So we can go Fleshraker into Pithing Needle. Thank you again for the sub, Nicolou. We can name Boseiju. Now we feel a little bit more comfortable because they could just untap and like murder us here. I mean, they're going to just Calibrated Blast, I guess, now, but come on, nothing good, nothing good. Shadow of Mortality, 15 damage. Oh, no. That happens. Get Urza's Saga down. I guess we're going to just kind of go ham. We're going to put Chalice on 0 now, just because they could play throws. Should we crack Mind Stone, too? Probably. Let's crack Mind Stone. Draw another Temple. Put Chalice on 0. Again, they could just untap and kill us. I'll attack with this. And we don't have enough to cast Emrakul next turn. We'd have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, do they have it? Looks like they do. No, they hit it. They got us. Yeah, if they just have like 2 Calibrated Blasts that hit us for 30 total, there's nothing we can do about it. Their deck is just a luck-based deck, so it is what it is. Basically like the Hollow One deck, just if you can spin to win. Maybe we can get some Thought-Knot Seers this game. All right, this is a no-lander. No Thought-Knot Seers either. We're going to mulligan. All right, we're going to keep this. We have probably put back Emrakul, honestly. Put back Emrakul. We have Devour. Maybe try to find us a Thought-Knot. This deck does kind of hard lose to this deck over here. I mean, I feel like pretty much every deck hard loses to this deck unless you have a hard counterspell. So they have a Gemstone Caverns too. They exiled Scion. Temple is nice, but we don't want... I don't know, that's tough. I don't think we want the Temple. Turn 1 Temple, go. Turn 2 Fleshraker, Opal, Lantern. I'm going to say no to these. I think we have to dig for a Thought-Knot or something else. They are pretty good cards though. Xander's Lounge. So we know that they have at least 1 Calibrated Blast in hand. Kozilek's Command, okay. Play the Saga. Play Fleshraker. Play Opal. We don't have to play out the Lantern right now. We can let them cast it and then we'll Soul Guide it back. Down to 19. Again, hoping they just have not good spins. They've had good spins every time. We need them to brick. Come on, brick. No, they don't brick. 15 damage. Chalice of the Void. So we can start making constructs. I'm not sure if we'll play this on 0. So we can command for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we can just make a construct. Attack for 2. It's probably not going to matter depending on what they have. They just have another blast. Maybe they're just relying on this flashback. I think I'm going to pass because we can K command or Saga. Okay, sweet. They didn't have it. Let's just make a construct. Draw another K command. Float the mana. Could get Cage also. Needle stops Beseiju, but if they're Besejuing us, it's kind of whatever. Let's just get Bauble. Play out Soul Guide Lantern. Eat that. Attack for 7. And then they're just dead if they do nothing. They're just dead on board, and then we have just the attacks. So they did have the flashback. Kozilek's command, scry draw. X equals 3. Bottom, bottom. Keep a thought knot. Why not? Oh, are they just dead anyway? Okay, they're just dead regardless. We could just K command again, but we would untap and attack first. So that way, if they Calibrated Blast us, we can do this in response and just win that way. All right, for everyone here, thanks everyone for hanging out. All right, so let's gift 5 subs. It's random, so let's see what happens. Good luck to everyone. We got, they call me Juan, Calypso, Mark Rogensky, Christian Rank, and Patrick Girl. Congratulations. All right, let's keep it rolling. All right, match 3 on the play. And we'll keep this hand. We have Devour, Ugin's Lab. Gemstone Caverns isn't the greatest. I mean, it's a 5-land hand, but we have Devour and some of this. I'm going to try it. It's not the greatest hand. You started building Eldrazi ramp just missing the 4 Labyrinth? Yeah, you definitely need those 4 Labyrinth. But that's sweet that you started building it. It's a fun deck. Definitely a fun deck. But yeah, Ugin's Lab is what makes the deck tick. So we will reveal Devour. Just looking for some action. We do not find action. Like, Emrakul is just so slow. I don't want to draw any of these, honestly. I'm going to say no. We'll go Ugin's Lab into Devour. And now, like, do we play Mindstone out? I guess we do. The only reason you wouldn't is if you had Fleshraker in hand, but it's kind of awkward. Like, I almost want to play out Bauble just for a redraw. They go Bloodstained Mire into Thoughtseize. Ugh, punished. Man, this would have been such a sick Thoughtseize proof hand. Just need to decide on which version I want to use. I've seen a few different builds. Yeah, there are a bunch, and we've posted a bunch here on our channel, so feel free to check those out, get some ideas. But there's like Temur, there's Gruul, there's like kind of like, I don't know, this isn't considered ramp, but decent amount. We will pass. I'm gonna wait on this for a sec. Mox Opal. I guess I'm gonna play this out for a bigger K command, even though we don't have Fleshraker out. I mean, we still don't know what this is. This could be Orzhov. I feel like if they're gonna flash Infilia here or Surveil, just a Raucous Theater. They keep a card on top. All right, they fetch. Is it gonna be a Blood Moon? Why are they fetching like they have Blood Moon? Oh, Liliana of the Veil. Interesting. Okay, love to see this in Modern. Each player discards a card, so we'll wait to see what they discard. Another land. Okay, so we're gonna just make a huge K command here. X equals 4, and then we can actually get back to Devour if we want, and just nuke the Lily. See what we find. I mean, we could just draw the Devour too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go bottom, bottom. So we can actually go Fleshraker into Devour here. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Let's cast Fleshraker first. Then we'll just cast Devour and eat Lily. Auto yield to all of these triggers. Nice clean sweep of the board. K Command's just an insane card. All right, we'll send it back. They have 4 cards in hand. We have none. And they scoop. I feel like I always want to bring in Dismembers and Thought Knots, but I never know what to take out if we want to do that. I don't think we need Thought Knots necessarily right now. I mean, maybe 2 Chalices, play for Straw, and try that. I'm not sure. Karn's pretty medium. Seems like Saga's out versus Blood Moon. So the problem with that is then we're just down lands. If they do have Blood Moon, which they probably do, they're only going to have a few. So it's just like, if we had lands to replace them, I would. This is an interesting hand. We're definitely going to keep it. We have Fleshraker. Do we want an early land? I feel like against the Thoughtseize, like, whatever deck, I feel like we don't need to. I mean, we could have a turn 1 Fleshraker, turn 1 Chalice, but we can have that with Ugin's Lab anyway. That's tempting. We'd have to pitch Karn. Let's try it. Why not? Let's go for it. Hoping to dodge the turn 1 Thoughtseize. Does not happen. So that's the only reason to not do this, is because they are a attrition deck. Yeah, Chalice on 1. This would be amazing if we were on the play. They take Devour, so that way we can't put anything under Ugin's Lab. I don't know what I think about that. Let's just find another one, right? Yeah, here we go. So we could take Devour. We could take Temple. Probably just take a fatty to put underneath. But it's just like not mandatory, I'd say. Just because we have Temple here. But what sucks is, like, I think we have to, like, they didn't take Chalice. So they're not afraid of Chalice on 1 necessarily, but do we get it down anyway? Do we get Fleshraker down and then they take Chalice? Let's just take Devour. And then we're just going to play out Chalice on 1. So the only downside is it doesn't trigger Fleshraker. We can prevent future like pushes, bolts, lootings, thought seizes, all that stuff. Just like a Voidwalker? Nothing. Okay. So our hand's pretty anemic. We draw Ugin's Lab. I am going to wait on this Fleshraker. Wait at least like a turn, I think. Because I don't want to play it and then get no value out of it. It's just basically whatever. Yeah, so they play Bowmasters. Okay. Makes sense. Also, if they just go like Lily down tick. Triple black. Yeah, see Lily? Okay. So they just would have played Lily down ticks. That's good to keep that in hand, but I mean, obviously they're just going to wreck our hand regardless. So we're hoping to draw something that can trigger this so that way we don't have to sack it. They discard a Trespasser. Just no lands. Okay, that's like it's... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I hate... I'll do that like every, I don't know, 50 games. Oh, that's so annoying. I kind of wish it like gave you the, you sure you want to do this? That sucks. So now we're just like tempoed out too. All right. I mean, I'll take like a turn or two, but that's just terrible. Oh no, that feels bad. Like maybe we draw an Eldrazi Temple. I know, I was this close to shame conceding. What do they have here? Another Lily uptick. That's brutal. I mean, they have no cards in hand, but they have a decent board. I mean, let's, whatever. We'll play it out like a little bit. At least it makes them have the down tick. But that really, really messes up. Sacrifice Fleshraker. I play Bauble. We draw Kozilek's Command. That's like annoying because that's like a decent draw too. All right, we'll attack. I mean, they'll attack. We'll take it. We'll wait for them to uptick. They draw another Bauble. Man, if we had this on 0, we got a scry draw, make spawn, and then just put something bad in our hand. Well, let's say bottom. They go to ping that, which is fine. Oh, geez. Okay. They had Dismember. They drew pretty like well for all this. So this is fine. They don't get to grow anything, and we have absolutely nothing, actually. So maybe it's not fine. We have 4 mana. I'm not sure what we could draw, to be honest. Karn. I mean, nah, it's not going to matter, because if we Karn uptick, it doesn't do anything. Karn downtick, they just plus. It's just kind of a wash. Okay. So on the play this time. On the play, I want the Dismembers for Chalice on 1. We take out 2 Mindstone. This is a 1-lander with double Devour. Pretty awful otherwise, so we'll mulligan that. This hand also sucks. Holy crap. Going to 5. Oh my god, dude. This hand is also terrible. We can't, like, mulligan anymore, though. Damn, dude. Is this how we're gonna lose? Just mulliganing to, absolute nothing? Play Cavern. Yeah, all of these hands were just terrible. Like, this was also a mulligan. And then they're just gonna, like, thought seize us and ruin our day. Nethergoyf. Draw a land. Play land pass. Yeah, imagine if we had a turn 1 Chalice. It'd be sitting pretty. And they have Break the Ice. At least they hit that, not a dual land or a soul land. I think I'd keep the 7 versus a deck like opponents with so much discard. It's tempting, but like they didn't thought seize at all, and then we would have just been stuck with a really shitty hand. But like those hands were, I don't even think those hands were like medium. They were like on like the 25%. So like I feel like I'd risk keeping like mulliganing into a like medium 6 than like a really bad whatever. Winter Moon. Oh my god, dude. They do not want to lose to our deck. But I get what you're saying, Matt. It's tempting. It is. But just like a little too slow. Untap, play island, pass. I feel like I've never seen this card cast before. So I guess they're just running all of like... We are going to K-command this next turn, though. It's like annoying because we want to like cast all of these. I have Graveyard Trespasser. Still think this card's like not modern playable, but people still play it. We draw a Temple, which is actually really nice. So we can play out Fleshraker. I feel like they have Lily in hand. I feel like we can't really play around anything. So we're just going to play out Fleshraker, untap Eldrazi Temple, and just kind of go from there. Really hoping to dodge Lily. Like, hopefully they don't just have no 1-drops in hand. We're hoping their hand is all, like, Thoughtseize, push. Of course it's not. Brutal. Double Break the Ice. Yeah, I mean, if they're going to have, like, the best sideboard cards, or if they're going to draw them, like, it is what it is. You can't be mad. Draw Opal. Yeah, we can make Spawn. We could make a Spawn with Kozilek's Command if we needed to. But I really don't want to tap these two and then they don't untap. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. What sucks too is we could evoke Null Drifter. We want to do that. Do we want to evoke Null Drifter or cast a big K command? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. K command X equals 5. We haven't hit a land drop, so I kind of want to do this. Let's evoke a Null Drifter. Okay, we don't find a land, but we do find another Bauble. Find a Bauble. You're from Sweden, so not great with you at accent. Just wondering about yours. Are you from Maryland, like Baltimore? I am from New Jersey, East Coast. So you were right about the East Coast. That's sweet. You're from Sweden. Welcome. So I wish to challenge your choice in the art for Island. Oh, these are so cool. I love this art. They make one of my favorite band covers art as well. But I think this is sweet. If I didn't have this, I'd have the Japanese ones. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess we'll just pass. We can actually go chomp chomp and eat Nethergoyf. Kozilek's command. No, come on. Consuming corruption. If it makes me happy. What island of choice do you prefer? I also like the MH1 full art islands. All right, so with that on the stack, I guess we're going to exile make spawn. All right, that dies. They go back up to 13. They're gonna eat Null Drifter, go back up to 14. They are mono black. I'm just gonna take it. Then end of turn, let's another Trespasser. Mirage has the gorgeous basics. I do like Mirage. That's fair. They have a Bowmasters. No, come on. That's really annoying. So untap the Citadel. We're gonna draw with Bauble. We're gonna get pinged. We just draw a land. Yeah, we needed something. Oh man. Play Citadel. Is there any way we can win this? If we Kozilek's command, exile, make spawn. I guess we should, well, we draw an upkeep. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess we'll just jump block a couple times and see. Most likely not getting this game though. Mulliganing to 5, getting double break the ice is just pretty gross. Oh wait, this just kills us. Never mind. Unlucky. All right, welcome to match 4. We're on the play. All right, this is a double temple hand with Chalice. We gotta keep it, right? We have K command. This music's too mellow. Opponent not playing a land. Are they a graveyard deck? They discard Oculus. Okay. Do we just put Chalice on 1 here? I think we do. Please don't have Force and Negation. So this doesn't play around Force. Okay. It just plays around their Unearth. All right, so they play Undercity Sewers. They keep a card on top. That's pretty funny interaction. That's like cutesy right there. So let's just pass. Hold up K command for like a frog or something. Yeah, that was very, very greedy. But that, I mean, that would have been like a sick payoff, right? I mean, I guess if they're going to counter something, we'll make them counter this. Hit me with the counter spell. Oh, wow, nothing. We also drew absolutely nothing. Let's bottom all of these. We find a land. Find Opal. What's the catch about this list? I see Chalice and Mindstone. Are we going full colorless? Yeah, so this is a Fleshraker deck. So we're looking to get Fleshraker into play and win that way. The first 2 games that happened, the 3rd game was pretty medium or match. Now we're on to the 4th trying to do our thing. So like you want to hold the opals unless you truly need them. Emrakul costs 11. We can, what can we Karn here as well? Well, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I mean, I guess we'll just set up for an Emrakul. Here's like our deck list. It's mostly like cheap colorless spells here. So that way when we get Fleshraker out, if we get to untap with it or just cast all these, we can just kind of go nuts. They were thinking hard about that Mindstone, weren't they? So again, we're just trying to cast, you know what? We probably should have just cast Karn here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we should have just cast Karn here instead of doing nothing. Because that would have forced some action. Do they have a Harbinger? I feel like they have a Harbinger, don't they? Yeah, I'm regretting not casting Karn there. No plays. You're a bit skeptical about Emmy with no Rumble. It seems harsh to reduce the cost. So, yes, I agree, but the upside to that is because you're trying to pop off with Fleshraker, you're casting the 0 drops, which makes spawn, and that's kind of how you ramp. So, like, that's kind of what we're trying to do here. Like, we had K command, not Fleshraker, but it's kind of like the same thing. But there's only 2 in the list. I think the original list was running 3, which I think was way too many. Please don't have a consign. Just counterspell? Okay, cool. But yeah, so we should have cast Karn, which would have baited out the counterspell, and then we'd have an Emrakul. So we get to take their turn. Let's see if we can actually mess them up or not. So we can cast Psychic Frog and discard their entire hand. Does anyone have any suggestions in chat? That's my first go-to. And look, they did have the Harbinger. They were considering casting it. They can't cast Unearth, Fatal Push, or Spell Snare. So the only thing that sucks about doing all that, discarding their hand, is now they have a huge frog. But then if they do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can just devour it next turn. So that is my thought process. Or, you know what? We can just, they don't have an extra land. I was going to say we could Frog and Bitter Triumph. Oh no, we can Bitter Triumph it. So we can't push the Frog because Chalice is on 1, but we can just Bitter Triumph. Oh wait, no. So it's as an additional cost. So we can't cast any of these spells. So I want to Frog, do this. We'll take the hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take the hit for 7, cast Devour, and then be fine. Can't think of another play. Let's just do that. Discard, discard. Like, yeah, they're gonna have a big... I mean, maybe we don't even discard these, because they're never getting... Well, they could balance it with what's a stupor or something. Let's just start exiling first. Exile, and we have to exile in threes, so that's not working. Exile 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna leave them with these, just in case they draw something, like, if they draw a Harbinger or something. I don't think they're gonna be able to get rid of the Chalice. They have to draw, like, exactly Sink into Stupor. We'll save some life. I don't know if that's worth it or not, but we'll see. Yeah, so we could discard the entire hand, get hit for 7. We should discard Unearth because it cycles. Yeah, that's my bad. You guys are right. So they drew a land for turn. Yeah, definitely discard Unearth because of the cycling. Let's just eat Frog. I was too busy just thinking of casting Unearth. So we'll cast Frog, or we'll cast Ugin Slab. I mean, Jesus, we'll cast Devour. I'm going to play this out. I'm actually going to play Chalice on 1 again, just in case they bounce something. Like, that would be annoying. So now we know they're going to cycle Unearth end of turn. But yeah, we definitely should have discarded that. Hey, Alexander. Yeah, look, they had Brazen Borrower. Jesus, what a top deck. And now they can Spell Snare it. No, we got punished. Oh no. See, we should have just discarded everything. Think this deck is good again now that people are off Charmaw and Moon. I think this, I mean, honestly, I feel like this deck would be good into those things just because we have Fleshraker to make colorless mana. Okay, they conceded anyway, but yeah, so we should have just discarded the entire hand, taken the hit, exiled Frog, and then we wouldn't have to worry about anything, even though we talked about all the things we'd have to worry about. Yeah, so here's the deck. So if they do have, like, we don't really care about Moon necessarily. We have 4 Mind Stone. Opal creates the colors for Null Drifter. Obviously, Moon's really annoying because it kills our Saga and makes our Soul Lands just useless. But we do have some colorless sources. All right, so against them, we want Dismember, we want Thought Knot. They are a Harbinger deck. It's actually really hard to sideboard against them. Like, we want, like, Mind Stone's probably the weakest card, but it taps for colorless against Harbinger. Maybe you should have kept playing the deck all the time. I mean, this is a very swingy deck. Like, it's pretty anemic without Fleshraker. I don't blame you. So we definitely want these 5 cards. What do we take out, though? Like, Chalice on 1's really good against Consign, if they only have 1 mana open. It's good against Unearth, Thoughtseize, all that stuff. I kind of want to take out Karn, honestly. Karn just, like, doesn't do... Like, we slam a Karn, we get, like, Coding or Tormod's Crypt. Maybe, like, a Bauble. Cityscape, in theory, should be good. Same with, like, Mystic Forge. They used to be good in these grindy matchups. Let's see if we take out Devour for Cityscape. Let's just try that. I do want the Null Drifters for the Evoke. It's hard to say. That's a pretty funny hand. We'll try it. Maybe Ugin's Lab with Leveler. We just have to dodge Harbinger. Then go blue to Delta, go. Then try to get greedy. Okay, well, we drew the Mind Stone, so we're gonna just play this first. So, Shadow Spear, I was thinking about boarding that out just because of, like, usually combat damage isn't gonna mean much in this matchup. But if you, like, a good way to win is with the constructs if you can dodge Harbinger. So if you're trying to, like, race them. But I mean, you could say that about any matchup. Equipped Shadow Spear to Emrakul. I have not done that. I mean, that's crazy if the game's going that long, though. I'm assuming you won, because that just seems unbeatable. Emrakul with Shadow Spear? Is this Frog? So we are going to K command on our turn. If they have the Force Negation, they have to pitch it, and that's less cards they have to discard to Frog. So that's K command. Because they most likely have a non-free spell. But if they're casting this and tapping out, either they're desperate or they have the Force. Oh, they did not have the Force. That's huge. But yeah, Alexander, what were you playing against? Or, like, how'd the game kind of spin into that way? I feel like they're going to get a Swamp here and play Harbinger, is my guess. They get the Swamp. Oh, look at that. Caught shots. We're just going to K-command this. Or just Devour it. Let's see. Oh, Fleshraker's good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Nah, I guess do we just play it safe? E-tron board stall. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, they cut Force of Negation? I feel like Force of Negation against Eldrazi is pretty solid. Yeah. So we can get rid of Harbinger now. If we do that, then if they have another one, we're screwed. 1, 2, 3. I mean, what if we just play out Fleshraker and pass? Let's do that. We can hold up K command to make more spawn if, we'll see. Because I don't want to cast Devour and then something happens. I don't know. I think it's close. Okay, they have Psychic Frog. Just pass. I guess we just end of turn. Kozilek's command. I mean, maybe they'll have the Consign now, but the cast is really good because we have 2 colorless, so that way we can just cast Devour if we need to. 2, 3, 4. Or it's going to be close, actually. Maybe not. They could very easily have the Consign. Yeah, maybe it was greedy to not cast Devour. Who knows? Okay, they don't have it. Pretty crazy. There's a Saga. Not a good draw. We will just cast Devour here. Okay, they just conceded before we could do it. So we'd cast Devour. I guess get in for 2. All right, so we're 3-1. All right, welcome to the final match on the play. Oh, we get Devour with Ugin's Lab. We have Fleshraker, 0 drops. We will keep this. Now we want to be up against that same matchup because we have Mystic Forge, we have Cavern of Souls, Reveal Devour. See what we find here. Definitely going to take the other Fleshraker. Let's just lead off, just in case they do happen to Thoughtseize something. I don't think they're going to Thoughtseize Devour, but I think it's fine to get this kind of in play. Could also lead off on, like, Cavern. Hopefully no Ragavan. Stomping Ground. Oh my god. Dude, I hate this deck. If you guys watched my last video, well, it'll be coming out soon, but just every time we cannot catch a break. They just have, like, the nuts every time. So at least we get to Fleshraker here. We'll cast a Bauble. Before we get this one in, I think it's fine just in case they go nuts here. But this deck, just like, again, I hate this Hollow One deck. It's just a super, if you get lucky. It's like the Calibrated Blast version of attacking. Oh, no. Okay, so they're Burning Inquiry us. Oh, no. They got rid of everything. Oh, that's brutal. But see, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is some BS. And they just left us with nothing. And they have a Hollow One. Like, I hate this deck. Takes, like, 0 brains to play this deck. All right, we're going to take it. I think we have to Bauble. We need some, like, actual action spells. Yeah, 1 mana, 5/5. Just about. Like, this is the deck I would, this is, like, a deck I would give to someone who's trying to learn Magic for the first time and be like, hey, do you want to spike some wins? All right, we draw Emrakul and All This Does, which is pretty awful right now. We can actually start making mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess next turn we can wipe the board, but there's still Hollow in there. We take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, in paper, man. I'm just like, Jesus. These draws were just awful. I guess 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll pass. Most likely taking... They're drawing Vengevine. Well, they fetch, so they're not drawing Vengevine per turn. They cycle Street Wraith, and they have Faithless Looting. Yeah, like, imagine if we drew K-Command instead of just these awful cards. They get a free Rootwalla. This is 7/7. They cycle Street Wraith, 8/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're definitely going to chump here. Okay, good. They're playing to the board wipe. Oh, no. They bestowed it. God. Oh, that's so annoying. 10. All right, we'll chump here. I can't believe that. Yeah, imagine if we had K-Command. All right, down to 5. This is going to be 2. Draw another Fleshraker. Unfortunately, we can't do 3. Yeah, we can't do everything. Eldrazi. Cast All His Dust. We do get the chump Hollow One for days. Except, no, dude, we're just dead. We're just dead because they can detect this Phoenix, and we just lose. Jesus, dude. To be honest, Mako's extremely good in Hollow One. It was the missing piece. Yeah, I mean, it's a must answer. So, like, we need turn 1 Chalices on 1. Like, we could easily win this match if we drew a K-Command or, like, Chalice on 1 or something. But, like, they had the nuts and we just did nothing. So let's get rid of Karn, Dismember, do Cage, and I guess Crypt. I mean, I'll take out Mystic Forge for Thought Knot. I know, if Phoenix stayed in play. That's what I was like, when I did those calculations, that's what I was, like, counting on, because usually it just falls off. But, hey, Darian, what's going on? Thanks for hanging out, man. All right, we will try that. You're just catching the tail end of things, Darian. All right, so we're on the play now. All right, this is an easy keep. We have Dismember for the stuff, for the turn 1 plays. I would have loved a Soul Land, a Chalice, something. We'll just go Temple Go. Especially because they're a Burning Inquiry deck, so you can't even, like, mulligan. Because you think you keep, like, a nice hand, and then they just wipe it away. Flameblade, not as afraid. But I guess just to use our mana, we'll kill it now. Draw another land. Let's actually evoke here. I want to find some zeros for Fleshraker. The Cycle Street Wraith. It's a sign of weakness. Oh no, not Burning Inquiry, please. Dude, that is just, like, absurd. I hate Hollow One. I'm gonna throw a little, like, tantrum over here, man. Literally just, we better draw something good after that. They discarded just, like, our 2 best plays, and they found a Hollow One. Gotta go. Have a nice rest of your stream. Thank you, Eduardo. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching the videos and everything. All right, we draw a Cage. It is a double Thoughtseize. That's a good way to look at it. Graph Digger's Cage. I guess we'll play out Opal so that we don't take as much damage from Hollow One. Yeah, we're gonna plan to Dismember Hollow One. I play Copperline. I They can't just like have everything. That's like not allowed. Charm all. Now we have to dismember. Now it's close. All right, thanks, Darian. Thanks for stopping by. So now we have to dismember, either take 4 now or take 4 later, flying versus not flying. I'm just going to kill Hollow One. Like maybe we draw an All His Dust or just something to clear the colored source. I doubt we're winning this match though, because they've just had the nuts. We draw a little late, take 7, play Chalice on 1. I guess we'll play Bauble. Bauble then. They're drawing Detective Phoenix, so they're going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We draw land. That's super unlucky, but it is what it is. All right, so that was Colorless Eldrazi in Modern. Just like we talked about in the intro, Glaring Fleshraker was a huge part of the deck. When we didn't have it, the deck did not really operate the way we wanted it to. The deck kind of felt really medium without Fleshraker. But when we did have it out, it felt really cool to cast all our 0 drops, get those really cool Kozilek command kills, and kind of mid-range out our opponent. Overall, I'd say this is a higher variance form of Eldrazi deck. Like, yeah, you can have your soul lands and kind of win the fair game, but it just felt like it was doing other Eldrazi things just a little bit worse overall instead of focusing on one thing. So you have your Eldrazi ramp, which is focused on ramp and top end. You have your aggro, which is focused on killing as fast as possible. And then this is kind of like a medium between the two. But if this is something you're into, then definitely give this deck a go. It's really fun, especially when you get Glaring Fleshraker out. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching this Eldrazi video. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.